Today, I'm going to be doing my version of a Southern style chicken and waffles recipe using the Ninja FOODI air fryer. Stick around and see how I do. Okay, in this bowl here, I've got 2 chicken quarters, which is basically the thigh and the leg attached. I've cleaned it up, split it. They're just easier to use that way, easier to put in the air fryer. I've got them sitting in some buttermilk with some seasoning, some paprika, some salt, pepper. Let it sit for at least a half hour. You can leave it in the fridge for overnight or as long as you want. That's going to help flavor and tenderize it. So we're going to put that aside here, and we're going to talk about the dry ingredients that we're going to use. Okay, for the dry ingredients, I've got about a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. And for the seasoning, I'm using some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, cornmeal, cornstarch, and some salt and pepper. So we're going to get all that into the bag here, and I'll leave all the measurements for that in the description section of the video. You can check that out. Okay, let's give that a quick shake just to mix things up and get everything incorporated there. Let's get that, put that aside. Okay, so now I'm just gonna use my tongs. Tong, ta tong, tong, tong. This here. Now you can dry these off if you want. I want to leave them a little wet so it soaks up enough of the flour. Because we're not frying, I want a thick enough crust on it. So let's get that into the bag. And I'm only going to do a couple pieces at a time here so I don't overcrowd this bag. Let's seal that up and shake it up. All right, so let's pull that out here. I'm going to shake off some of it. I don't want not too much, because what I want this to do is as the liquid is going to soak up some of the flour, it's going to get kind of you're going to have kind of bits and nuggets and stuff. It's going to turn into like a dry nugget. So that's going to help give us a nice texture. So let's do that. It smells awesome, just like this. All that seasoning, it smells really good. So let's take the next pieces. And again, I left the skin on and the bone in because I think it'll add flavor and texture. You can take that off and use skinless, boneless, but as we all know, it's the skin and the bone that help give it the flavor. Okay, let's get that in there too. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And I'm basically just kind of squeezing that in just to make sure that it gets into all the little crevices, little openings underneath the skin to give us more texture, a little bit more crunch, hopefully, in the air fryer. Okay. Okay, and you can see as it's caking up, it's going to give us the texture we need. And let's get it all into all the crevices here. Okay. All right, let's get that aside here. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to let the chicken just rest here for a few minutes just to kind of absorb and get kind of clumpy. While that's happening, I'm going to make kind of a batter mixture for it. So we can get another coating of flavor and more textures onto the chicken. So I've got another bowl here, a large bowl, and I'm going to make kind of almost like a light batter just to add more coating to this. I've got here about a half a stick of butter, which I've melted in the microwave. It's more softened butter. It'll help give us a nice thick coat on this. So we're just going to get that in there. Okay. And I've got some chicken broth or chicken stock here. I'm just going to use a little bit of it just for extra flavor and to kind of loosen up the butter a little bit. And for my taste, I'm also going to add a little bit of this spicy oil that I make, just because I want it a little bit on the spicy side, just to give it a little bit extra for me. You don't have to use this part. You don't have to use any of it, really. Just kind of go with it on your own. But even the floured stuff, if you let this sit, it kind of gets clumpy. So, you know, if I got that in the air fryer right now, it'd probably be nice and crispy. But I want a little extra. So the next thing I'm adding is some dried onion. So I'm getting that in there again to give it more of a crunchy texture. And I've preheated the Ninja FOODI about 400 degrees for about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, just to get it even temperature. So get the leg in there. Let's get that off to the side for now. And all I'm doing is kind of coating it. Don't have to be super coated. You can use a brush in order to brush it on too if you like. Okay, I'm just doing it quickly here. All right. All right, let's open the Ninja FOODI. And again, like I said, I've got it preheated. I had it for about 10 minutes. Okay, let's get that one in there. Let's get the next one coated. And you don't have to go super heavy on this if you're doing it. You know, just enough to give it, you know, some high spots, you know, crunchy areas. Okay, so let's see if we can get all 4 in here. I want to leave enough space. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to put it with the skin down on the thigh area. And these are a large size, so it looks like I've only got the 3 in there. I'll have to do a second batch on that one. Before I close that up, I'm going to take my food thermometer, my meat thermometer here, set at 165 for chicken. And I'm going to get it into the thickest part, which is going to be that leg right there. Get that in there. Get the wire right on, and the wire will be fine like this. So I'm going to set that up. Close that like that. 400 degrees. We're going to go 20 minutes. And of course, when this hits the 165, it's going to be done. So I'm not worried about the 20 minutes so far. If it takes the 20 minutes, I'll let you guys know how long it took to cook. I'm also going to cook that second piece, and I'll bring you guys back. When it's all done, we'll take a look and see how I did. All right, so you see it's at 165 now. I put all the pieces back in for a few minutes just to get them nice and toasted. So let's take a look. Okay, let's take this out. Let's stop that. So we're gonna get in there and take these pieces out. As you can see, actually gave it a nice little crust. The onion kind of burned a little bit, but it's okay because it gives it a little texture, a little toasted onion flavor. Really nice. You know, nice crust on them, nice and hot. So let's just get them on the bowl here, or on the platter. Get them on the platter here. Really nice color and smells fantastic. So let's get this one here on there too. And this last one here. All right, let's close that up. So this is really good. So I guess now the question is, the waffles. Now, how do you guys have them? Let me know in the comment section below if you use honey, maple syrup, or gravy. My preferred choice is gravy. I made a chicken gravy using some of the drippings and a little bit of the chicken stock. So I'm going to set this up here. Okay, these are just the store-bought frozen waffles, which I've toasted up. Now, if you make your own, you can make a nice big one. It'll come out really nice. So I'm just going to lay this flat like that. I'm going to take one leg here, put that on top of here, and we'll take one of these thighs and get that on top of there. Let's move that aside. So I'm going to take some of this gravy. Again, this is just a chicken gravy. I used the better than bouillon and some stock and a little bit of seasoning on it. So if you take a look here at the, and I get a little bit of that spice too. It comes out with the with that chicken batter that we made. So I'll give you a nice shot of this if I can cut into it really nice, so you can see that. I mean, look at that. Look how juicy that looks. That looks fantastic. This is really good. This is delicious. Get some of that waffle. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you give this recipe a try, let me know down in the comments section below. Let me know what you use for topping. Check out some of these videos from the playlist here, and some links I'll leave at the in the description section of the video. Again, thanks for watching, spending time with us, and I'll see you in the next video.